What's up, sarsaparillas? It's your girl Sassy J, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, guys. Listen, I'm trying to be good with this video, yeah? I'm trying to catch it, but the time difference, honey, I'm so sorry. It's gonna have to be late, but hopefully I get this put up a lot earlier than I did the one yesterday. So hopefully, fingers crossed, no internet issues. But anyways, guys, before I get into the video, I'm just going to ask you guys to give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe. So guys, first things first, I must say, listen, I know people are saying, because I've seen comments of people saying, oh, Grace is standing on business. Let me explain this, because I don't want anyone to jump at me. Because remember, if y'all come at me, I'm going to come back at you, right? But this is what I'm trying to say. I feel like in this situation, Grace standing on business is Grace leaving Luca to do what he feels like he needs to do, go, explore, and then he decides what he wants to do. And then I make up my mind to see whether or not I'm gonna be open when he comes back. Do you know what I'm saying? I decide what I need to do. Right now, I feel like the whole situation with Grace and Luca is like a mother and son situation. I feel like she's coming at Luca like he's a child. Do you know what I'm saying? You know when you're telling your child to do something and they have to do it? It's like talking to a little puppy dog and they have to do what you command. I just don't like that. I feel like for me that's a massive red flag for a relationship. Okay, don't get me wrong. I understand completely. Is this too bright? Guys, I'm using my sister's ring light and I think I put it too close. But anyways, let's go straight for the point. So I feel like, right, I understand why Grace is upset, because it was pointless for Luca to ask her, who should I kiss if you know you're going to go and kiss Samie anyways. That was Luca's issue. He should have not done that. He was wrong for that. I will agree, right? And I understand why Grace is upset. Like I said last night, I understand why she's upset. However, the way she spoke to him, I don't care what Luca had done in that point, you cannot speak to him like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Once you bring disrespect into a relationship, there's going to be an issue. Because at the end of the day, they're not even in a relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? She does not have the right to speak to him the way that she spoke to him. And I feel like that was completely just disrespectful. And then the whole situation with Omar, let me just say, right? Because Omar, right? Omar, I don't think was trying to be rude to Grace whatsoever. He did say, I'm not being disrespectful, which Grace heard in her own ears that it must say she's being disrespectful. He never said that. The boy did not say that. All right, he never said that. He said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but can we not talk about this right now? I think, to be honest with you, he has a right to say that, because this is a group. This is a game that we're doing. They can wait till after the game. They go and group up as girls and discuss the situation. Not because that happened to her, that means the whole great game should stop, right? Luca took himself away from the situation and he went elsewhere. The game continued. Now, if you guys feel like you need to have a conversation, then move. Move. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like Omar is right to ask them can we talk about this later? Could you not talk about this now? He was not being disrespectful. So I don't understand. I see people in the comments saying that he's been disrespectful. I don't think he's been disrespectful. She was disrespectful when she told him to shut up. Let me tell you something. Once somebody tell me to shut up, that's when I lose all kind of sense, because I'm coming at you. Do not tell me to shut up. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, at the end of the day, yeah, there's a time and a place for everything. This game should not be about Luca and Grace and the conversation. So at the end of the day, if she wants to talk about it, they have two choices. They A, up and leave and let other people play the game in peace so they can hear and focus, or B, they wait until it's ended. The B is the best solution. Wait until the game is finished. That's what you do in any other games. You wait until it's finished and then you go and sit down and discuss it. So Omar was not at fault here. I'm so sorry, but Grace needs to pipe down. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why she's coming at Samie, because she's going to say, why is Samie still trying to fish? Grace forgot that she was the bombshell. And when she came in, what's that girl that the Joe was with? When she came in, she was completely disrespectful to the girl. She disregarded the girl's feelings entirely. So I don't understand why she feels like, you know, all of a sudden, Samie should not be going after Luca if that's what she wants to. And Luca is scared. You know what really got to me is when the public coupled up Luca and Samie. Do you hear what she said? Luca was shaking. Why was Luca shaking? Do you think that's normal? Do you think that's normal? It's the pressure. I honestly right now don't think Luca should be in any form of relationship, because Luca And I've noticed this from the very beginning. Luca is going through something. I don't know if it's anxiety or depression. He's going through something. Because when he's high, he's high. But when he's low is so low. Do you know what I'm saying? And I could tell you the pressure. He can't handle the pressure. He cannot handle the pressure. He feels so pressurized. Like, the whole point of why he's now gone to Samie and say that this is not what Luca wants. Luca wants to get to know Samie. That's what Luca wants. Grace wants Luca to shut it off. And that's what he's doing. He's doing what she tells him to do. Why? Because he doesn't want to upset her because of how she comes at him. That's a red flag. That is a red flag for me. I'm so sorry, it's a red flag. And Grace talking about how, why would the public couple up Samie and Luca? Don't they see how perfect we've been from the start? What, are you trying to be perfect? Is that what you're trying to say? Because right now, I'm not being funny. Like, I still have doubts. Well, I did have doubts up until this whole thing, you know. But I was like, I don't know how I feel about Grace. I don't know if Grace feels the same about Luca. Granted. But now I actually definitely don't think Grace is the right person for Luca. Because at the end of the day, you need to be able to talk to somebody with respect. No matter how angry you are, you do not disrespect your partner. I'm sorry. You don't do it like that. You can't tell the man to shut the F up. The way she spoke to him like he was some kind of dog. Are you dumb? No, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Guys, ignore this. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to curl my hair. You don't know. But I don't know. But anyways, ignore it. But anyways, let me park Luca and Grace for a minute and talk about Harriet. Now, this question when they ask how many threesome, who's had a threesome? And Ronnie, Tina, I think Omar, Diddy, I think it was somebody else, and Chugs, right? Why is it that Harriet's having a go at Ronnie? Why does everybody need to know you had a threesome? That's the game. They ask. Okay, honey, they ask. Somebody needs to explain the game to Harriet. And I know what she's saying. You don't have to put your business out there, but it's not like he's putting his business out there. It's a part of a game, right? And to be honest with you, I feel like if he had said that he didn't, she probably would have been like, but yeah, you did. Because I do remember this question coming up in the series that they were in, and he did say he had a threesome. So why should he now lie and say he didn't have a threesome? At the end of the day, if you want your partner to answer certain questions, communicate these boundaries to them and say, you know what, if we're to ever in any of this, don't say this, don't highlight this. If that's what, because it makes me feel uncomfortable. If that's what you want to do it, but don't make an argument. And do you know what Ronnie said? Obviously, because you see everybody else falling out, you want to fall out too. I honestly feel like that was the situation. Because Grace and Luca's having an issue, she wants to throw herself in the boat. Because I feel like Harriet is a follower and not a leader. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, I am getting more and more kind of like, I'm feeling more and more sorry for Ronnie. Because I'm just like, I don't think that this thing will, I just don't think this will work. I don't think that Harriet, I don't know. I feel like Harriet is going to end up using Ronnie. Listen, at the end of the day, she went through it with Ronnie, right? And like I said, if there's no going back and she's not feeling it, that's okay. It's completely understandable. It's justified because of how hurt she was with Ronnie. But if that's the case, she needs to tell him and let him go. Because you hear the man saying, I just don't want to be hurt. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be hurt. He's been so vulnerable with her. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like he's walking on eggshells. He has to be careful what he's saying. He apologizes for everything, even when he's not wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when he's not wrong, he's apologizing. He's on eggshells. You should not feel like you're on eggshells. Do you see what I'm saying? And she's telling him, well, you know, I love you. That's the first I heard it, because you told everybody else that you didn't love him. So that's the first time I heard it. So how's he going to know that you love him? Because you don't tell him. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't tell him. So I don't know, guys. I just feel like I've got my eye now proper on Harriet. I really do. I have my eyes on Harriet because I feel like low-key, now she's going to come with all of this to make it look... Because Chugs, obviously, I know she knows that Chugs not interested at this moment. Because I think she was never the person he went in for. But because of the whole fact that she said she was open, I think he was trying to see whether there was anything there, right? Because, what's her name? Samie said that they were the least compatible. And then now Chugs saying, you know, the friend zone situation, they chose them. I agree with the friend zone situation because she keeps saying it. Harriet keeps saying, right, that at the end of the day she wants to take her time. She's not saying that they're friend zone, but she said she's not rushing into anything. She's not there for Ronnie. So realistically, it's almost like she has him here just in case, but it's like they're not progressing. but they're not going backwards. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who comes through those doors, and whether that person is interested in her and she's interested in them determines the future for her and Ronnie. So technically, it's kind of a friend zone situation. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think Chug is actually wrong. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, I feel so sorry for Samie in this situation, because I feel like Grace is getting all the attention. Grace, poor me, ha ha ha, why is it happening to me, blah blah blah. Why is it? I just don't like it. Even the way when Samie had to walk past and hear her, she was like, well, go tell her then. And even when Luca came in and she was talking to the girls in the dressing room, the way she spoke to Luca in front of those girls, it was condescending. I said to myself, no, if that was my son, if Luca was my son, I'd just drape man, give one 2 bucks and keep. God no, because talk to my son like that, you must be mad. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, it's never going to work with Luca. Luca is literally scared. He is scared, right? He's literally scared. He wants to get to know Samie, but he's scared. So he's doing whatever Grace tells him to do. Luca's not doing what Luca wants to do. He's being pressurized, and I think he has anxiety issues. So in order to minimize that, I think he's just going with the flow, because that man looks so depressed. He looks so unhappy. To be honest, I kind of want like Love Island to step in low key, because I'm not gonna lie, something is not right with Luca. I'm actually worried for Luca. Something is not right with Luca, and we need to pay close attention to this, because our men are suffering. These men are suffering with depression and all that kind of stuff, and because they're men, we're not paying attention to it. Something is not right with Luca. Luca at the moment, he's not going to be able to take charge of what he actually wants, because he just doesn't. There's something not right. There's something not right. Nah, there's something not right. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I feel sad for Samie. I feel sad for Luca. Don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, there's been fiery and there's standing on business. I don't exactly think what Grace is doing is standing on business. I think she could stand on business and say, do you know what, go do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? I think, yeah, should she be upset about the whole situation with what Luca did? I think, yeah, because I would be upset as well. You know why I'd be upset? Because don't come and ask me something and then go and do it again. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't come and ask me and then do it. I'd be upset, and that's why I said her being upset is valid. Her being upset is valid. It's the way she spoke to him that's the problem I have. The way she spoke to him, and she was so proud of how she spoke to him, because she was telling the other girls, I do not like that. I do not like that. And at the end of the day, you can't make a man choose you, because it's not gonna work. Do not put pressure on the man to choose you. It's not going to work, because at the end of the day, he wants to get to know Samie. Let him see what he has with Samie. Do you know what I mean? Let him see what it is. Go and explore. Because Luca would have not stopped Grace. That's the thing. Luca would have not stopped Grace from going to explore and get to know somebody else. So why is it that she wants to lock him down, shut him down before anything? Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we see where, what's her name, Ekinsu, tried to do a little plan. It was a very smart plan, but it was a very obvious plan. Like, I think to begin with, it made it look smart. But then after a while, it was more like, so bait. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is going to cause Grace to kick off, because Luca saying he's upset. And you know what? I guess, because he's saying like he would have not done this to Curtis and Ekinsu. Do you know what? I want to say maybe he wouldn't, but maybe he also would. Because at the end of the day, we've seen Luca said things that he shouldn't be saying and do things that he shouldn't be doing. So I'm not saying that he would, and I'm not saying that he wouldn't. However, I get why he would feel upset, because he's already feeling pressure. So now when he's put in this situation, all he's worried about is Grace coming and see him talking to Samie. That's all he's worried about. He's worried about how Grace will respond. Do you know what I mean? Because how Grace responds will basically kind of reflect on him and how he gets through it, because she's going to have a go at him. Do you know what I mean? And that's not right. That's not right. That's not safe at all. But at the end of the day, I do feel like they needed to have a conversation. Samie and Luca needed to have a conversation. Regardless, like Emma said, whether it's a friend conversation or not, they kind of needed to clear the air. But it would have not happened, because Luca would have been too scared to go near her. Do you know what I mean? And I just think, even with Luca saying to Grace, you know, she asked me if things would have been different if I came in 3 weeks ago. Luca's telling Grace that it's just kind of like a little telltale. You know when you're a teacher's pet and you want to get in good with your teacher, so you tell your teacher every single thing. Or you know when you're trying to look a friend, you're trying to be best friend with somebody, so you tell them every little thing you overheard. I think that's what Luca sounds like to me right now. But it only sounds like that and it only looks like that because I feel like he feels like he needs to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? He needs to do that to stop the stress, to stop the pressure. The man was shaking. Those was Grace's words. The man was shaking. Who will be shaking in that situation? Tell me there's an issue there and we need to look closer into it. So does Love Island. You hear what I'm saying? They need to look into it. But all I want to know, where was Grace's strength when Joey was treating her like shit? Because do you remember how Joey was treating her shit for a long time before she actually even stood up for herself? It wasn't until the end bit when he like proper was like done in her that she actually said something for herself. Do you know what I'm saying? So where was all that energy? Where was all that energy? You see how you can take control of certain situations, but you can't do it of every situation. But because Luca is presenting himself as a pushover, that's the reason why she's doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, guys. But like I said, I did not like how she spoke to Omar. And don't get me wrong, I can see it from both sides, because I can understand from her side, she might be thinking, Tina asked me, I'm answering the question. She's upset as well. And I can understand why she would probably react to what Omar said, but that's because she is currently upset. How Omar said it was not disrespectful. All he said was, can you guys just talk about this another time? Do you know what I mean? Because this is not the right time. And he said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That was not the right time. He didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she was the one that did something wrong when she told him to shut up, and the way she behaved, because she must have misheard him when she said that he said that she was being disrespectful, and that's not what he said. But anyways, guys, I want to hear how you guys feel about the situation. So comment down below, let me know what you think about tonight's, or last night's episode, I should say. But anyways, guys, if you got into this part of the video and you haven't yet thumbs up the video, please give the video a thumbs up. I feel like that was so fast. It was, wasn't it? Please give the video a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. But for now, keep it sassy licious.